Is Earth being watched by something not of this world?
How they've changed our view of the universe.
Recent findings from the James Webb Space Telescope challenge our understanding. A study of galaxy rotations shows an unexpected pattern.
What if everything we've ever believed about the origin of our universe, about time, space, and reality itself, is collapsing under the weight of new evidence?
If you're in any doubt about how significant these new images are, I wish you could be in this room, because around me are the scientists, the astrophysicists, the cosmologists who really understand.
Oh my gosh, what is that? What is that?
What if everything we thought we knew about the universe was wrong? In 2023, NASA's James Webb Telescope spotted galaxies so massive, so old, they shouldn't even exist, breaking every rule of how the cosmos is supposed to work. If these universe breakers are real, then our entire origin story, the Big Bang itself, might need to be rewritten. But here's the thing, the deeper we look, the stranger the story gets. Because Webb's universe breakers might just be the opening act in a much bigger cosmic plot twist. You see, every time science thinks it's closing in on the truth, the universe finds a way to slip through our fingers, like trying to catch smoke in your hands. Take dark matter, for example. This invisible substance makes up about 85% of the universe's total matter, yet we've never seen it, touched it, or captured it in a lab. It doesn't emit light, doesn't absorb it, doesn't interact with normal atoms the way we expect. Yet its gravitational pull is what holds galaxies together. Without it, the stars would drift apart like scattered embers. Now imagine if our models of early galaxy formation are already flawed. What if dark matter itself isn't what we think it is? What if its behavior in the infant universe was completely different, clumping faster, denser, more efficiently than we ever imagined? That alone could rewrite the timeline of cosmic history. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. Webb's data hints at structures that might not just be older than expected. They might have formed in ways that break our definition of a galaxy altogether. Some researchers are now daring to whisper about primordial giants, massive conglomerations of stars and gas that somehow skipped the slow, gradual build-up we've always assumed. If true, these colossal systems would have had to form almost instantly, like skyscrapers appearing fully built before the first bricks were even laid. Could there have been unknown physics at play in the early universe? Exotic particles that vanished before we could ever detect them today? Or forces beyond gravity and electromagnetism? Hidden laws of nature we haven't even begun to imagine? It's the kind of question that turns astrophysics into detective work, with Webb acting as both magnifying glass and time portal. And here's the kicker. The more anomalies we find, the less sense the standard model of cosmology makes. The same framework that explains the cosmic microwave background, the motion of galaxies, and the age of the universe might be standing on legs of sand. That's not just a minor scientific adjustment, that's a rewrite the textbooks and start over level problem. And scientists, they're not panicking, they're thrilled. Because nothing excites an astrophysicist more than a mystery so big it forces us to rethink reality from the ground up. And maybe that's the lesson hidden in the starlight. The universe was never meant to fit neatly into our equations. Every time we think we've drawn the borders of what's possible, it pushes them further out, beyond our instruments, beyond our theories, beyond our imagination. That empty patch of sky the Hubble once stared into for days on end? It wasn't empty at all. It was overflowing with stories. Stories billions of years old, waiting for the right eyes to find them. And now Webb is pulling back the curtain even further, showing us that the universe's origin story might be far wilder, stranger, and more beautiful than we ever dared to dream. Somewhere out there, 13 billion light-years away, light from a galaxy we can barely comprehend is just now reaching us, carrying secrets from a time when reality itself was still learning the rules. And maybe, just maybe, those rules were never set in stone. Maybe the cosmos isn't a puzzle to be solved, but a living, changing work of art. One that will keep surprising us for as long as we have the courage to look up and wonder. Because if the past few years have taught us anything, it's this. The universe doesn't play small. It writes its story across the canvas of eternity, And we're only on the first few pages. And here's where the rabbit hole goes deeper, because these universe breakers aren't just anomalies sitting quietly in deep space. They're evidence that something fundamental about reality might be slipping through the cracks in our understanding. If these galaxies are real, and every analysis so far says they are, then the rules of cosmic growth we've trusted for decades can't be the full picture. It's like discovering skyscrapers in a city that was supposed to have only mud huts. Structures so advanced so early that the only way they could exist is if the entire building process was wildly different from anything we've imagined. This isn't just about tweaking numbers on a chart. It's about confronting the possibility that our entire cosmic timeline is warped. One theory making the rounds in late-night astrophysics debates is that the early universe might have been far more chaotic, violent, and fertile than we've painted it. Instead of galaxies taking their sweet time to form from collapsing clouds of dust, maybe the first billion years were a frenzy, massive mergers, rapid star formation, and gravitational forces running at full throttle. Another possibility? The laws of physics themselves were different. Imagine gravity being just a little stronger, or matter behaving in ways that no experiment on Earth could reproduce. That tiny change in the early cosmos would ripple forward through time, creating massive, fully formed galaxies far sooner than we'd expect. It sounds outrageous, but so did the idea of the Big Bang when it was first proposed. Of course, not everyone agrees. Some scientists are convinced there's another explanation, one that doesn't require rewriting the laws of nature. They argue that our distance measurements might be slightly off, or that what Webb is seeing isn't as massive as it appears. But that's the beauty of this moment. No one actually knows yet. Every hypothesis is on the table, from mundane calibration errors to the possibility that we're living in a universe with a far stranger origin than we've dared to consider. And as much as this uncertainty rattles the foundations of cosmology, it also fuels it. Because science thrives on tension, the kind of tension that forces questions we didn't even know we should be asking. And maybe that's the real magic of Webb's mission. Yes, it's a machine built to look into the past, but what it's really doing is opening doors to futures we couldn't imagine. Each image is a postcard from an era when the universe was still writing its first chapters, and every unexpected structure we find is like an edit scribbled in the margins. We're not just passive observers. We're detectives, piecing together clues from light that has been traveling for more than 13 billion years. And somewhere out there, among the uncountable galaxies that fill the darkness, the answers are waiting. Not neatly packaged, not obvious but shimmering faintly, just beyond the edge of what we can see today. And with every observation, we step closer to the moment when the universe finally lets slip the secret it's been holding since the beginning of time. But even if the universe is keeping its deepest secrets close, there's one thing Webb has already proven beyond doubt. The cosmos is not done surprising us. Every impossible galaxy we uncover is a reminder that our place in the grand scheme is still far from understood. The Big Bang, dark matter, cosmic inflation, all of it could just be chapters in a story far stranger than our theories allow. And maybe that's the point. Maybe the universe isn't a neat equation waiting to be solved, but an ever-shifting riddle designed to keep us looking up. Because here's the truth. The light Webb is capturing right now began its journey before Earth even existed, before the sun ignited, before the Milky Way itself took shape. We're not just seeing galaxies, we're looking at time itself, stretched across billions of years, carrying whispers from an age when reality was still deciding what it wanted to be. And if that light tells us our story began faster, louder, or more violently than we believed, then so be it. That just means we're part of something even more extraordinary. So we keep watching, we keep asking, we keep pushing our questions deeper into the darkness, knowing full well the answers might change everything. Because every time we open our eyes to the sky, we're reminded that the universe is not just out there. It's inside us, too. We're made of the same atoms forged in the hearts of ancient stars, bound by the same laws we're still trying to understand.